Everyone, this week we're going to start our coding unit. During this unit, we will learn what coding is, what it's used for, and how to write our own block code to run animation programs. This is the bare minimum, friends. You may find you're very good at coding and you want to try other coding platforms and programs. And guess what? You can fly into the air with your little code wings. But before we get started, we need to know what coding is. Coding is using different computer languages to control how a computer or a computer program performs. We can write code for robots, video games, smartphones, animation, computer software, and many more things that I'm not naming, like making a tiny army of robots that can bring you snacks, or making an animation of tiny breakdancing hamsters. Clearly, this is important. So, what are some words or vocabulary, if you will, that we might need when we code? Say them with me, people. Program. Say it with me. Program. A program is an algorithm that has been coded into something that can be run by a machine. So you are writing code that could become a program, and then we could put that into a machine and it could do different things, such as create your animation or make your army of robots. Programming. Say it with me. Programming. The art of creating a program, because it is an art, friends. Next, bug. Say it with me. Bug. Bug is not the little guy that's running across your shoulder. Bug is an error in a program that prevents the program from running as expected. Debugging. Say it with me. Debugging. Debugging is finding and fixing the errors in programs. All right, next up, and this is going to be important while we code. Loop. Say it with me. Loop. Loop is the action of doing something over and over again. If you want your robot to break dance, and maybe you want him to do a funky leg movement, and you want him to do it on repeat, you're going to need to learn how to loop, so you don't have to keep doing the same program function over and over again. And that's just our basic vocabulary, so we can get to the good stuff. So let's see what we know so far. All right, coding vocabulary, check. Why coding might be important? Oh, yeah, that's next. All right, coding is important because many jobs you may want require at least a little bit of coding. Even my librarian job requires coding, and many teachers need it to help create websites and forums. Coding also makes you see how things fit together, which allows you to take that lens that you applied to coding and apply that lens to building things in your real life or fitting things together in other subjects like math and science and engineering concepts. Whoa, that was a lot. Okay, let's see what we've done so far. We have vocabulary, check. Why coding is important, check. Our goal this week, oh, yes, our goal this week. Our goal this week is to start learning the basics of how to write block code. We will do this by starting a 4 to 6 week coding unit using code.org, which many of you may remember from last year. The main difference this year is you will have a school account where you can track and save your progress. Yay! You will be able to save projects, and you can also have several weeks to develop your coding skills and projects. All right, let's see. Vocabulary check. Why coding is important? Check. Our goal this week, to get started with coding and to complete a block coding project. So, let's get started. I have made each of you a code.org account. You will access it through the Google Slides by clicking on the Join code, finding your name, and entering a 2-word randomly generated phrase I sent you as a private comment on this Google Classroom assignment. Once on, your course will look something like this. If you are new to coding, please pick the first non-unplugged activity by hitting the diamond with the 1 inside. If you are more experienced, you may pick most any lesson to complete, and you need to get through at least the first 5 levels to receive full credit for this assignment. But friends, come on. I've seen many of you code. You should be able to finish at least 1 lesson because you all are pretty good at this. Shake off the cobwebs, friends, and try to complete a really cool project. Once you've picked the lesson you'll use, hit the diamond with the 1 and get started. Each one will be a video introducing you to your topic. Once the video is finished, you can hit continue at the bottom or the circled 2 up top. This will start your actual program. The layout of all the programs is as follows. Instructions will be at the top, and your workspace to write code will be directly below it. Whatever blocks you have access to use will be to the left of your workspace. You will simply read the directions and then drag and drop the blocks into the workspace to write code, like this. After putting your code together, hit Run on the far left underneath the picture of your project. The screen above Run will show you what your code did and is your program. Every time you make a change with the code, hit Run, and the program above will run and change based off your code. Each level will give you a task up top in the instructions. Make sure you complete each task, and don't forget to ask for hints by hitting the light bulb in the instructions if you need it. Remember, you just need to get through 5 levels. I will be able to see your progress in code.org as well. In conclusion, log on to code.org, pick a lesson, get to level 5, and bing, bang, boom, you are done. Happy coding, and see you next week.